If you want to learn the drums, of course, it is very important to know how you hold the sticks. There are, of course, a lot of videos already on YouTube, but most of them are missing a few very crucial points, so I want to set the record straight today with a few very important remarks. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing, because it's not about drumming, not only about drumming, but also about efficient practicing, health and motivation, the absolute basics. So it's about personal growth through learning an instrument. So please subscribe and let me be your companion on your personal journey. So let's get right into it. There are different approaches to holding the drumsticks. And you should learn different methods, different grips, because you will need all of them. The hands do not stick in one position, but they move around the stick, and the stick moves in the hands all the time. So you need different kinds of grips and movements. And here we are at the first very important point that many other teachers get wrong. If someone asks me, how do I hold the sticks? I say, you don't. We don't hold the stick. We guide the stick. The stick does most of the movement, and if we would hold it, we would have to do all the movement with the stick. But that's not how it goes. We set an impulse, so we give energy into the stick, and the rest the stick does on its own. So this is actually an interface. It's not a fixed connection. So the grip, the position, the connection between the stick and the hand is the interface between us, the musician, and the sound we want to play. This is a very important point. So if anyone tells you this is how you always hold the sticks, don't trust them. I want to offer you a different approach. But first, let me describe how most others explain this matched American grip, the most common and I would say the most practical grip. So you take thumb and index finger and pinch the stick from above at the best leverage point. That's you can find out where that is if you just drop the stick on a surface like a practice pad or snare drum or any other drum, and you just estimate how long it rebounds. And this way, and you should always do that with different sticks because every stick is different, this way you find out the best place to grip with the index finger and the thumb, and this is called the fulcrum. And usually you have the stick sticking out of your hand for about 1 or 2 inches. Okay, and the 3 other fingers just gently touch the stick. Some say it's just the tips of the fingers, but I don't think that is right. Some say you really close the fingers around the stick. But after all, it doesn't matter because there is no right way. There's also only your way, because everyone is different. Everyone is different. The length of the fingers are different for everyone, and so many other problems with the different joints and limbs, the length of the limbs, so it's only your personal way. Let me offer you a different approach, a much more practical approach. And for that we need a ball. Just take a ball and, well, just throw it on the floor or on a drum. This actually is already the perfect movement. This is how you would throw the stick. This whipping motion if you want to throw the ball really hard, this wave that goes through your arm. So that's exactly what we want to see. But we want to talk about the grip. So next, you throw the ball, and after the ball has left your hand, you just leave it hanging, okay? And just stay that way. Pick a stick, gently put it in your hand, and now close the fingers only slightly, only so far that you don't lose the stick. And this actually is the perfect starting position. It's not the perfect grip because there is no such thing, but this is a great starting position. You see that the fulcrum in my case is not exactly between index finger and thumb, but between this triangle of thumb, middle finger and index finger. It is a fluid concept. There is no one perfect fulcrum. You can also see that there is a pretty big gap between thumb and index finger, and that's a good thing. And you can also see that the stick moves across my hand. And here we are at a very important point, because the stick is not an extension of your arm, at least not if you look at it from above or from below. If you look at it from the side, you can see that it is an extension of your arm, but only in this dimension, not in this one. Because, very simple, just hold your arm and your hand straight and compare your forearm and your fingers, and you can see that the middle finger, or in my case, the gap between index finger and middle finger, this is the extension of my forearm, but not this. If I would to grip the stick in a way that it would be an extension of my forearm, I would have to twist my wrist. And this is not a healthy position, because we never want to operate on the extremes, because this is where you will hurt yourself. Always be in a relaxed default position. So it's totally normal and okay that there is a slight angle here. Seen from above, you can think of it like a house. Well, it's pretty accurate. You have the roof stands over a little bit, and then you have the almost parallel walls in this case. Okay? So, how do we reconcile the fact that it's not an extension of your arm? Because I said we just want to throw the ball down. It's just this motion in the wrist. But it's not only the motion in the wrist. You can check this in a very simple manner. Just take your ball again, and you will want to throw it in the middle of the drum and catch it with the other hand. And here you can see that I not only do this motion, but also a twisting motion in my forearm. It's a pronation, this is called, this movement. And this supports the inward motion of the ball, or the sticks for that matter. Because we want to move in this trajectory, so it's a combination of this up and down motion in the wrist and this twisting motion in the forearm. The fingers gently guide the stick all the time. If it gets faster, I would imagine not throwing a ball, but someone tipping you on the shoulder, or you tipping someone else on the shoulder. So this is mostly an up and down motion, but it's always, as I said, it's a fluid concept, and there's only your perfect technique, not an ideal technique everyone has to use. Just do a lot of movement experiences. So try different grips, different motions, different techniques, and then your body will order and adjust all of these experiences and use the best method for you. As long as you're always relaxed, you can't do nothing wrong. But still, let me give you a quick checklist on this American grip. Okay, we start with the forearms. They should be parallel to the floor. By the way, most people have the snare drum too low. Just a quick note, check it for yourself. There's also no ideal height for anyone, for everyone, but usually people place their snare drum too low, not too high. Okay, so forearms should be parallel with the floor and slightly parallel to each other, but at least not outwards. A little bit inwards maybe, so not perfectly parallel, but it's just, checklist, just a starting point. And a very, very interesting thing is the knuckle of your index finger should be the highest point. That's a good estimate. Between index finger and thumb, you should see your stick. So it shouldn't be closed, it should be open like this. And also very important, you never want to feel your fingertips or your fingernails in the base of your hand, in the palm of your hand, because that would mean that you would close your hand too tightly. But also you don't want to grip the stick so far in front of the fingers that the fingernails point outwards. The fingernails should point towards each other or to the floor. So the stick is just resting on the tip of the fingers or in this little cradle. The sticks should point out of your hand with the butt end at least a little bit. And very important, the sticks in this position should not be an extension of your forearm. So this is just a checklist of the American grip. In the next tutorial, we will look at the French grip, also a very important concept. But once again, try out different methods. This is just a starting position to set the racket straight and go from there. Please check out different techniques, different teachers. Don't trust me. Don't take anything for granted. But and especially don't trust anyone who tells you that there is this one way, this one method. There can't be one method for everyone. So I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, take care and bye-bye.